Alright, what's up, motherfuckers? Man, I might have to wait till the end of the week for my fucking toys to get here. What am I gonna do? You know, I gotta play, man. I gotta fucking, like. Alright. So I got to thinking about this because my mind wasn't gonna be right until I fucking finished this project, right? So, without further ado, here are my top 10 movies of all time. Now, I'm just gonna give you what my criteria is. My criteria for this, because it just comes down to one word, and that's rewatchability. Like, for example, pretty much each one of these movies that I'm going to be listing, you can put it on loop, and I won't get tired of it. So that's kind of the criteria. There's other thing you could say, like, well, you don't have this type of movie on there. You don't have. I was like, jostling around with a couple of them, and I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, you couldn't put that on loop for me. I'd get tired of it after maybe 3 or 4 of them. That's why a lot of people like A Christmas Story, and they just run it on loop. I'm not one of them, but my Christmas loop is Violent Night. But no, that didn't make it onto the list. So at number 10, we got Goodfellas. In my opinion, this is the best, what you might want to call, what do you call it, mafiosos? Is that what they're called? Mafiosos and shit? But no, just Joe Pesci just steals every scene he's fucking in. Ray Liotta does a fucking wonderful job in this movie. It's a little bit longish, and that's why it's kind of number 10. But seriously, you could put this movie on loop. Yeah, listen to that kitty drink settle down. I know, like a sun was created. No, but Goodfellas, man. You could put that shit on loop and I'd be there. Now, I'm passing in and out. I ain't watching. It's the point of a loop. You ain't watching every fucking second. But all the right. When it comes, you like stay in, like, oh, this is the part where you like, so I'm funny to you, huh? I'm funny to you? What you mean? I'm like a clown? I make you laugh? When you hear that scene going, you got to stop and go in there and fucking check it out. You're like, God damn, dude. But no, the whole movie's solid. Sorry, man. Lord Jesus Christ, what do you expect from me, man? I'm a heathen. All right, coming in at number 9. Again, this is a movie that you could put on loop, and I'd be there for it. And that's the very underappreciated Black Dynamite. Like, what? See, this is what happened. I didn't even have him on my fucking, like, little spreadsheet that I put out of me, like, just, fucking, what do they call it again? Throwing shit on the wall, seeing where it sticks. Just in my own mind, right? I was like, wait a minute. This got to be about rewatchability. And what movie's more rewatchable than Black Dynamite, dude? Just all the puns and the in-jokes and the physical humor and the throwbacks to the blaxploitation. It's just like a total fucking, like, love letter to a certain, fucking idea. And Michael Jai White, he just nails it. Dynamite? Dynamite? Getting there with all the other bitches. Dude wakes up, he got like 23 women in the bed with him. I was hoping we go again, Black Dynamite. All right, number 8. Again, another one. Throw it on loop. Jeff Bridges, The Big Lebowski. Also featuring John Goodman. Also featuring, I think, Steve Buscemi. Also featuring, I believe, was it, what's his name again? I forget what that dude's name is. What is that dude's name? It's not Buscemi. Buscemi's in it, but not him. It's not Leguizamo. It's the other dude. The dude that was in the fucking Transformers. I fucking forget that guy's name. But he was the bad guy, the Jesus guy. Yeah, man, just endless fucking quotability, endless fucking rewatchability. So, yeah. I'm going to just speed it up a little bit. Number 7 for me, Quentin Tarantino film. What Tarantino film do you think I picked? Not Kill Bill, because that's technically 2 films. No, it's actually technically one, but no, it's technically two. No, actually, technically it is two. But just ask IMDb. But no, that's not my Tarantino pick, nor is Pulp Fiction. It's the last one you'd expect, based on a, what is it, an Elmore novel? Yeah, Jackie Brown, starring the goddess Pam Grier. I mean, what can you say? Other than black don't crack, but we already knew that. I mean, it wrinkled up and fattened up a little bit, but it didn't fucking crack. You got Robert Forster in there. You got the great Samuel L. Jackson in there. You got Chris Tucker in there. You got, what's her name, Bridget Fonda in there. You got Robert De Niro in there. And the parking lot scene is just fucking like, what are you going to say about the parking lot scene? Open your mouth one more time. Just one more time, just one more time. But I said pop, pop. That's another one. You'll never, in the machine gun, like the ad on TV for the machine guns and shit. These are things you can't make up. These are things that, you know, they stick with you. So next we're going to, and this is one that I should have always had on my, you know, on my surveys, but I kind of forgot about it. But this was like the first, back in the day when you had a VCR, you could only rent shit. Because if you wanted to buy it, it was $99.99, which like today that would be like $200. You know what I mean? Just to buy a movie. And then even if it was on what was called SP format, you watch it 10 times, it's jacked. You're gonna have the little lines in the fucking screen and shit. You know what I'm talking about? When you got the lines in this, you can't even see the picture correctly. Now look what we got. And this is my worst TV. Every other one is like fucking 4K and better. But anywho, yeah, this movie, I can't believe I fucking wasn't even thinking about it until, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There it is, number 6. Beverly Hills Cop. Starring Eddie Murphy, the one, the only. Eddie motherfucking Murphy at the prime of his career. He was just slaying everything. And this again, this is another movie. You got your lines in there. You got all kind of lines in there. I mean, I don't even know where to start, dude. It's just like, it's endlessly quotable, endlessly watchable. So yeah, now we're halfway through. Number 5, The Color of Money, starring Tom Cruise and Paul Newman, also featuring Mary Elizabeth, whatever her name is, Master Antonio, something like that, the chick from Abyss, and I think she had some NBC show or something. But yeah, her and like who else was in it? That same motherfucker, wasn't it? Yeah, the dude that Tom Cruise beat real early on. That's that same motherfucker. I can't remember his name. That's that same motherfucker. He's the Kevin Bacon of my fucking top 10. Whoever that motherfucker is. I can't believe I don't know his fucking name, dude. But y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. He was the fucking, like, the cokehead that kept trying to beat. He kept coming back to Paul Newman's character. Well, anywho, yeah. It's Color of Money, dude. You know what I'm saying? Hey, number 4. And I think everybody knows my top 3. At number 4, we've got... Now, you're going to be surprised about this. You're like, oh, shit, number 4. He hasn't even talked about Empire Strikes Back. Sorry. That was my number fucking 4. Dropped completely off the top 10. Why? Rewatchability. It's a great movie, no doubt. But that's one of those movies it tends to be when it's on. If I put it on, I go straight to the fucking Cloud City fight. Just to that one part where Luke walks through that fucking the little portal and the door opens and shit. That's where I go. Right there. Boom. Watch that to the end. Boom. Done. I might even rewind to the part where Yoda says, "Judge me by my size, do you?" And well, you should not, for my ally is the Force. And he just lifts up the fucking shit, dude. No, but I had to leave it off. Number 4, The Nice Guys. Relatively new. I mean, not it's relative. I said relatively. Notice no John Wick movies made it onto this list. Not saying they're not rewatchable. Not saying they wouldn't be in the top 20. It's just like, no. The Nice Guys. Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, and a few other people of note that I'm not noting right now because I still can't remember that one motherfucker's name, and it's gonna drive me fucking crazy because the minute I turn this video off, I'm gonna fucking remember it. Anywho, great movie. It's like a kind of like a buddy cop story, but like I think 48 Hours, but like 10 times better. Or any one of those silly ass buddy cop movies. But they're not cops. They're PIs or whatever the fuck they are. A PI and a fucking enforcer, something like that. Alright, number 3. No surprise to anybody. My top 3 is already well known, so I'll just skip through them. Number 3, The Matrix, the original one. Although I'm a big sucker for Matrix Reloaded. The second one, I'm a big sucker for that movie. But yeah, just on every fucking level. On every fucking level, The Matrix. Number 2, Dazed and Confused. This is the white people answer to my number 1, but no, it's cool, man. It's a totally different movie, totally different vibe. But it's like the last day of high school for these kids. And then also the last day of junior high before the junior high people become the next year's freshmen, etc. And it's like you get to see all these people interact on one night, like the night after school got out. Incredible movie. Can't recommend it enough. Richard Linklater, director. How many fucking stars were made from this movie? You got Ben Affleck in there, pre-Ben Affleck. You got like, I mean, the list goes on. Matthew McConaughey, pre-Matthew McConaughey. What's her name again? No, not her. Mila Jovovich, pre-Mila Jovovich. You know, it just goes. The list goes on and on. I could mention a few other people. One dude even has a fucking TV series now, if I'm not mistaken. It's just this movie made so many stars. But number 1, without a doubt, balls down, hands down, everything down, dick down on the ground, rolling around, is fucking Friday. Because you ain't got no job. You got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? The most quotable movie of all time. Bye, Felicia. You know what I'm saying? Hey, where mine at? I didn't say I was cooking enough for you. This for me. Put some water on it. It ain't gonna hurt. Nah, you can go on and on. You got knocked the fuck out. Damn. Dude, this movie is so fucking like zeitgeisted in, dude. It's not even fucking funny. My number 1 movie by far of all time. I used to think 1 and 2 were close. They are in my heart, but in all honesty, man, Friday, dude. Friday. Isn't that tomorrow? Anywho, yeah, so it's all about rewatchability. Can I put the movie on and just watch it over and over? And that's a taste thing. Other people are gonna like my wife's favorite movie. My wife's favorite movie is Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. For her, that's a fucking movie that she can just put in and over. And it's not a bad movie. I actually like it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't get annoyed if somebody put that on loop. I'd just leave the room and go put something else on myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, Pretty Woman's cool. So that's my wife's number 1. So you got my top 10 and you got my wife's number 1. How about them apples? Bonus feature.